Really good work, great spirit in the practice, some competitive situational red zone, 2-minute, a number of things, which was really good to see our guys compete. A number of guys stepping up in a lot of different ways, making progress. Had a solid scrimmage on Saturday, about 175 plays total. A lot of good work, and then yesterday reviewed all the film at extended meetings, and then, as we look at it now, about 17 days out from being able to play the first game. Excited about it, man. I'm fired up about playing in Ross-Ade. 7 o'clock kick. Our fans are going to be tremendous. Our players are going to give them something to cheer for in an exciting fashion for 4 quarters, and anxious for it to get here.
What are the 2 or 3 big takeaways from Saturday's scrimmage?
I thought the offensive line overall played well together. I thought that we were able to formulate pressure defensively with some one-on-one matchups. And then I thought some of our newcomers in the first really live action validated some of the things that we were hoping we were going to get.
Come out of it healthy?
Yes.
What's the status on Joey Tonona right now?
Ankle sprain and full recovery. Expect to be back by work week of week 1.
Which true freshmen are standing out in your eyes right now?
All of them.
You talked a little bit about Brock Brownfield. Seems to he's been running with the ones all camp.
He's running with the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, sometimes the 4s if we have them. Doing a really good job. Talented player, smart, athletic, tough, big, strong. The number of guys in our signing class that we could sign like Brock Brownfield the rest of my time here, I would take a class full of them. You can tell he's so well coached, New Pal High School, great program, great coaches, and he's got the fierceness that it takes to play at a high level, and he just keeps bringing it every single day.
Does the new eligibility rules change how you guys have approached any of these positions? I know on the offensive line it's always been a position that someone more likely redshirt.
Yeah, I've always looked at, once we get them, let's take the age off of them. I think it's going to provide opportunity for more guys to play. But we've kind of eliminated, does he have 1 year left or 5 years, whatever that is, trying to get as many guys game ready as we can. Was the 4 games, which we played a couple of guys, over my time, try to be selective on the 4 games you played. And I think it's a good thing because you don't have to worry about that. If the guy's ready to go play, let's get him ready and go play live action.
If you were to play a game today, what would your strength be?
The ability for the coaching staff to know what our players can do, put them in position to go execute that, and then complementary football, all 3 phases on what we would look like.
Trevor's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. It seems like you use it in returns, in the slot, in the backfield.
I think you just look at ways to get guys the ball. We look at all the running backs right now. We're asking a lot of them, and then how will they stand in the pocket and in pass protection? Are they able to do that? So I think that's a hard position to play. And it's easy to hand the ball off, you go run, make yards, right? But then you got to protect, and you got to run routes, and you got to do all those things. So he's becoming a every down back, which is really important for us.
With Kyle and Fox out, who needs to step up in the tight end room?
Coach Spurlock, Coach Henson, and the 7 guys in there.
Where do you feel like you are right now as far as generating just a 4-man pass rush or getting it from the rush ends without having to go to?
There's times I think we've got something, but I think right now if we played tomorrow we would probably be rotating anywhere from 6 to 8 defensive ends. Now I certainly think we've got 4 that have kind of moved up and separated themselves a little bit, but I do think we've got some guys there that are going to have a chance to at least make the quarterback uncomfortable. May not be sacks, may not be hits, but he's going to have to move his feet. We've got to keep developing that.
What 4 guys are separated there?
Jeremy Lewis, C.J. Madden, Trey Smith, Keyshawn Burgos, Elo Mendoza. And I know I'm missing one more. I'm naming more than 4, but I was going with the next one to go in. So excited about what they've done. And then Breon Ishmael probably had his best work on Saturday since he's been here, which was great to see.
With Chauncey back healthy this year, we talked about the 9 on the Big Ten Media Days. What does he add just if he's able to stay healthy?
Yeah, a veteran experience that have played in games. I think some mental toughness for the group, and then I think he's got playmaking ability.
So one of the biggest difference from last year to this year, just having pockets of better depth.
Yeah, it was real competition. You know, we didn't have that at a lot of spots last year. I think there's still a lot of battles going on. You know, who's going to go out there with the ones or the twos? Who can get game ready? But most certainly, guys know if they don't bring their A game, then the guy right behind them is going to take their spot, and that's healthy. One thing that I sure meant to start today's session with you guys. Thoughts and prayers to the state of Indiana and greater area with all the floods and the storms. Really tragic, and thoughts and prayers with all those that have been affected. And I know it's in some places just absolutely devastating.
Any clarity in the kicking yet? Place kicking?
Nope. I think we've got 2 guys that are talented. We need to put them in some pressure situations and kind of see who really rises to the top in those spots.
When you pick 1 or 11, each kick during games.
That's tough, Tom. I would certainly like to have one guy that we go. Right now they're pretty even. So, but I do think they both have talent, which is fun to see.
Your practice on Wednesday, I assume part of that is just to have an evening practice where you have an evening opener. Are you approaching
a
it in
little
a different
bit.
way?
So tomorrow's full pad. It'll be a grinder, and then moved it to evening, a little more recovery time and what we need, and then also getting under the lights, which will help with our first game. Just another chance to get in the stadium and under the lights and what we need to get work for game 1.
Anything else for Coach?